What's up, goodies? Welcome back to your girl channel and to my kitchen, How to Cook. And today we are making sweet and sour chicken in the kitchen. Fast, easy, and simple. Make sure to subscribe, goodie, if you have not, and turn on the post notifications so you won't miss any other upload. And for all I'm returning goodie, you don't know, so you girl love, when you're ready for cook, come on, let's cook. All right, goodies, when you're ready for cook, let's cook. Let's talk about the ingredients. All right, so what you'll need is some tomato ketchup. I'm using all-purpose season here. We're going to add some vinegar to the recipe because I don't normally feel about the vinegar already. You're going to need some food coloring in red, a little bit of sugar, paprika, cornstarch. I'm going to substitute the pineapple because I don't have any pineapple today. We're going to use orange juice, all right? About a cup of that. I'm going to also add some ginger. I'm using ginger paste, a little bit of salt. Also, we're going to use some black pepper. Now for the recipe, I'm using instant rice. You could go ahead and cook your rice from start to finish, but today I do it. All right, so these are what I'm going to be adding or using to the recipe. Now if you have pineapple, go ahead and add some pineapple, you guys, but Juliana also don't have no pineapple, neither do I have pineapple juice, so we're going to substitute that out. Now to make this fast, easy, and simple, we're going with popcorn chicken. Now I did make this popcorn chicken yesterday when I made my salad. This is the easy way, you guys. Now I have another recipe that I made years ago. Two of them actually. I'm going to link those recipes in the description to show you how to actually cut up your chicken, season your chicken, and fry the chicken bites, okay, to make your chicken, your sweet and sour chicken from start to finish, right? All right, now you're going to need onion and bell pepper for sure. All the colors I'm using here because it gives it a beautiful color. I'm going to add some carrots and 2 stalks of scallion, okay? You can't skip that part there. When you can't skip the pineapple, you can't skip this part of the recipe. So these are all my ingredients here. Again, I'm substituting out the pineapple, okay, you guys? And I'm using orange juice to give it that kind of a fruity flavor. So that's what we're going to do. So moving right along here, I'm going to go in and I'm going to start cutting up my vegetables. We're starting off doing the onions, the bell pepper, the scallion, and the carrots. All right, so we're going to go ahead and cut these up. Now when I say cut up, I don't mean cut it up very small, I mean chunk it up, okay? Now because I'm only cooking for 2 here, I'm going to be using a half of the bell pepper. If you're cooking for a lot more than I am cooking, then you just go ahead and use the entire bell pepper because once it touches the heat, it is going to shrink. So I'm using a half of the green, a half of the red, and also a half of the yellow here, okay? So just going to go ahead and give these a nice cut up. We're going to give them a nice little wash, and then we're going to move on to the rest of the recipe, okay? Okay, goodies, if you're not still there, please go ahead and hit that like button for me. That thumbs up button, go ahead and thumbs up the video for me. This is the way that you support me, and this is the way that you support the channel, and this is exactly how the channel grow. So go ahead and like the video so that YouTube will see someone to like it, and they will push it through into a wider audience, and the channel and the video will grow. Okay, now also, you guys, I hope that you are enjoying this vlogmas. Your girl is bringing, for the first time in history, a vlogmas on this channel. Okay, so go ahead and support your girl simply by thumbsing up the video as I drop them. All right. Alright, good. As far as the rice is concerned, like I said before, we're using the instant rice. I did add about a teaspoon or a tablespoon, let's say a tablespoon of butter here. And I did add some salt to it just for flavor, just a little bit to give it a little flavor here. Add the water to it. Now, as far as your water is concerned, make sure, because we're using instant rice, you want to make sure that the rice is literally floating in the water, all right? Because if it's not floating, it's going to come out toughy. We're going to put it in the microwave because this is instant. This is how it's supposed to look. If it doesn't look like that, that means you must have done something wrong. You could always put water in there, but you can't take the water out, okay? So make sure it look like that. Give it a good spin before you actually pop it in the microwave. And then you go ahead and put it in there. Put your timer on and let it do what it needs to do. While the rice is in the microwave cooking, I'm going to move forward and continue with the recipe. Alright, goodie, make we move on to the next section of the recipe. Now, I have my oil on the fire here. Any regular kind of oil that you have will do. All you want to do is make sure that the oil is nice and hot. Then I am going to add my popcorn chicken up in the oil, and I'm going to allow it to fry. Now, as a friendly reminder, once again, I am going to put the link, you guys, for the sweet and sour recipe that I made a while back. You guys will see how I actually cut up the chicken, season the chicken, fry the chicken the old school way. This is the fast, easy, and simple way. It is not authentic, but it comes out just as amazing as that one. If you have children and you just don't have no time to do all of that, then this is the easy way for you to go. But if you have time on your hands, then you could always go ahead and do it the regular way, okay? And again, I will put the link for those recipes in the description, so go ahead and check them out. And a reminder again, thumbs up the video as you come on in before you leave here, okay? All right, so as you can see, the chicken is getting the color that I really need it to be. I want it to be a nice golden brown here, but I don't want it to burn, and I definitely don't want it to be overly crispy or overly done. So I'll say I let it stay in the oil and fry for about 3 to 4 minutes, and that is all that it took. All right, you don't want it, definitely don't want this to fry over time. Just like if you was going to do it the regular way, which is cutting up a chicken and season your chicken and dip it in the flour paste, you still don't want to have it overly done. It's the same process with this one also, even though it's in the bag already. Just make sure that you're constantly going in and mix it around so that everything will be fried evenly. All right, everything will be fried evenly. It's coming along perfect, and I absolutely love how the way that is looking and the way that it's turning out. All right, goodies. So now that everything is looking really good, we are going to go ahead and we are going to remove these out of the oil, and we're going to set these aside. Just make sure that they're nice and golden brown, but definitely not burned. Now we're going to use that same oil, of course, because it already has flavor in it. You're going to go in and add the seasonings in the oil here, and make sure that your fire is turned down to a medium heat right here, so okay, because you don't want to burn the vegetables. You want the vegetables to have a nice little crispy when you're done with the recipe. All right, so go ahead at this point and add your garlic in there. I'm using chopped one. You could use any other garlic that you have in your kitchen, but a chopped one may I use right here. So go ahead and spin that in and make sure that the garlic is spread all through the remainder of your veggies. I'm adding some ginger in there, ginger paste, to balance everything out and tie all the flavors together. Just a little bit, not too much, right? And then I'm going to add some seasoning. So I'm starting off with some black pepper. I'm adding a little bit of salt to balance everything out and give it flavor. I'm also going to be using the Maggi all-purpose season here. You could substitute that out for whatever season that you have in your kitchen. And then I'm going to be adding some vinegar, because I don't know how I feel about vinegar in my food. We're going to go in with some paprika for color, because of course we're making sweet and sour chicken, right? So you need to have that red color. And I'm going to add some ketchup. The ketchup is going to tie everything together and give it a nice little flavor also. All right, so go ahead and be generous with your ketchup like I am here. All right. Now, if you don't want to use ketchup, use tomato paste. Make sure that you're adding some sugar. I'm using granulated sugar, white sugar to it. And here is the orange juice that I'm substituting out for the pineapple juice, right? And it came out perfect even with the orange juice. So go ahead and combine everything together. Make sure that everything is where you need it to be as far as your taste point is concerned. Taste it up and see if you need to add anything else to it. Mine was absolutely perfect. And then after you have gathered everything and everything starts to bubble, I'll say another minute or so, because once again, you don't want to overcook your veggies. You want to have a nice little crisp. This is where you're going to add the cornstarch to the mix, and then with the cornstarch, you're going to add some cold water. Make sure that your water is cold, because if you use warm water, it's going to get lumpy. So give it a nice little mix and make sure everything is all smoothed out like so, right? And when everything is all smoothed out as far as your cornstarch and water mix is concerned, you want to go in and add the food coloring. You have to add food coloring to it. Red food coloring to it. Just a tad bit because it's very, very strong, right? And again, you could always, add more, but you don't want to put too much all at once. Get it to your desired color, and then you just go ahead and mix everything in. It should look something like that. So you mix everything together, right? And make sure that your fire again is at a medium heat. And then you want to go in and add this into the mixture here, just like so. Just go ahead and pour it in. And then after you've done that, you want to go ahead and combine everything together. Just go ahead and mix immediately because you don't want to have any lumps in here, okay? Cornstarch doesn't really lump up. If you're going to use flour, you definitely want to move very fast because it will become lumpy, okay? So I prefer that you use cornstarch for this particular recipe. All right, that looks really, really good. It really looks amazing. It smells amazing. It tastes amazing. And again, you could always substitute some of the seasons that I use here today. But try and see if you can follow the steps. Only thing that I didn't add to this recipe was some pineapple or pineapple juice, all right? And again, I will put the link for that recipe down in the description. Now, after you have gathered everything and all the flavors has come together, you go in and add your chicken, all right? You could use shrimp. If you don't want to use chicken, go ahead and use shrimp, okay? And just mix everything together. And believe me, you guys, everything is done right here. When you add the chicken into the sauce, you want to turn the heat off because you don't want it to cook. You don't want the vegetables to cook anymore. Again, you want to turn the heat off and just combine the sauce onto the chicken, all right? Just like so. That looks so good, you guys. Amazing. You have to give this recipe a try. Even though I didn't do it with the pineapple and all the other stuff that you've always put in your sweet and sour chicken. It still came out amazing, all right? So go ahead and give it a try and just let me know how you like it, okay? So that is it, you guys. We are all done here, but on a done no set, I couldn't leave without literally putting it on a plate so you guys could see how it looks on the plate. All right, so that is my rice right there. Really came out really perfect. Trust me, that the rice that I use is from Aldi's, okay? I didn't remember to tell you guys where it was from, but it's from Aldi's. But anyway, you guys, this is it. Tell a friend to tell a friend, bring them come goodie and bring them come and send them come. I'm waiting. And when they get done doing all of that, tell me what you want to see me cook next in my kitchen. And remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen. Enjoy.